What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Hey, I'm working, always working, but I wanted to talk to y'all. Forget my eye contact. Y'all know I'm bad at eye contact. Anyways, I wanted to talk to y'all. So, I realized I have so much inner work to do, and it's mainly romantically. Like, I actually really, oh, am I shaking? Hold on. I'm about to move, y'all. There we go. All right. So I wanted to say that I actually really am proud of the person I've become. Like, I love her. She's great. She's so great, man. She did so much work. Oh my gosh. Yeah, she did so much work. Like, but romantically, or shall I say intimately, because I'm not trying to be romantically involved with half of y'all. Because y'all got work to do too. We all got a little work to do. Okay. That being said, to those in a happy, healthy, normal relationship, congratulations. For the ones who need work, myself included. So it's not how I say intimately, but I realized intimately I have a lot of work to do. The other day, my Oma asked me if I would ever get married, and I just started like internally laughing because I was like, between the work I have to do and between the work other people I'm encountering have to do, marry who? Give who a baby? What? You gotta be worthy for that. And I need to be worthy enough to give myself to you too. But anyways, she asked me that and I was like, child. Granny, you're so funny. Like, y'all, I realized romantically I have become so angry. It has nothing to do with being alone. I promise you. And they're gonna be like, oh my God, you're just mad. No, trust me. I actually like been analyzing this down to a T. I realize that some people who have met me are gonna say I am a pushover. They've gotten away with either saying or doing some very foul stuff to me. I've put up with just straight up abuse, y'all. I put up with some abuse, bro, coming from all angles. People close to me, friends of partners, whatever it is, completely unwarranted. They picked me out because they saw I was a nice person. I didn't fight back. I was non-confrontational, and they just pummeled into me. And the person I became from those beatings, all right, those metaphorical beatings, it's like I became who hurt me in a way. And now I went from not speaking up and not being confrontational and letting so much slide, lying, cheating, verbal abuse, attacks, insults, whatever it is, friends of friends, romantically, intimately, the homeboys of people I might have been seeing, whatever it might have been, to just vicious. I have become verbally vicious and I'm self-aware of that. My words can cut really sharp if I decide to duel them out. And I've had the self-discipline for so long to not duel them out. But I also realized that the environment I've grown up in and being around so much verbal abuse has led me to end up taking on those same. I'm just like, bro, literally did not want to become what I've been exposed to. And it still managed to happen. I'm like, oh shit, so I gotta break the cycle. And I'm shook because I was like, no, it won't happen. You're so nice. It's okay. You got it. You could put up with it. You're strong, etc. I used to just cut people off. I would just disappear. Like, people was doing the foulest stuff to me, bro. Like, especially romantic partners. It gets pretty bad romantically. And I just had this, like, okay, I'd cut them off. I'd leave. I'd be quiet. I'd cut them off. I'd leave. I'd be quiet. It was the same cycle. It's like if you keep attacking like a sweet little puppy and then one day you're absolutely shocked that it bites you and you're bleeding. You're like, oh my God, how could this have happened? I don't know where it came from. Look at the behavior that caused their behavior. And that's no excuse, but I realized that's what happened. I've been subject to so much, and I didn't start setting strong boundaries until like at some point in my 20s, and it still felt too late. It's never too late, but it felt too late because the effect and the damage have already settled in. And now I have to go reverse that. But I didn't set strong enough boundaries. I didn't set high enough standards. And I was seeking the love I was exposed to. So this is what I want to get into. It's really romantically. I would consider myself a really great friend. I think so, at least, or at least I've been told. I do my best as a family member. I'm very helpful, very generous. I just, But when it comes to like romantic and intimate interest, I have really started, I won't even say seeking, I just somehow naturally gravitate towards the love I've been exposed to, or what I think love is. There we go. It takes a lot for me to give myself to anyone. I get paid to not get touched. Like, that, you know, you have to, like, not let that go to your head. That's a huge, I love that. I'm so grateful for that. So I'm very selective on who actually gets to be around me, talk to me, touch me, etc. And it's always the wrong people approaching me and then trying to play some type of game. I have no games in me. I am tired. If you are not grown and you're not doing the work that I'm actually currently trying to do, because clearly it is much needed, please just, if you ain't trying to do the work together, or at least be clear about your intentions or whatever it is, just please, like, I can't do the confusion and the mind games and the chasing and the this and the that and whatever it is. Nope. So I'm not gonna get too into like childhood and this and that. I love my parents a lot. Was it perfect? No. But whose, you know, childhood and upbringing is or whatever it is. And, you know, I dealt with the usual stuff, bullying in high school, a very tumultuous upbringing, whatever it might have been, arguing, chaotic, intense, emotionally unstable environments, being hypersensitive to other people's energy. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. Feeling that shift the moment somebody's energy switches up and you know, oh, this is not good, or oh, okay, this is good, or being so hypersensitive to, oh no, someone's angry. Oh no, somebody's upset. Oh no, they're judging. Oh no, they're... Bro, I've carried that into adulthood. And on one hand, it's great. You could read a room better. You could sense, you know, sus energy. You have your guard up. You know when things just are off or like an energy's off or whatever. It's great. But at the same time, it's like, but it also gets in the way. It gets in the way. Because you be picking up on people's energy, intentions, all that instantly. And my dumb ass still be trying to be like, well, no, maybe, and make up excuses and this and that. No, you be knowing. You already be knowing. Because you were so used to being around whatever it is, ever shifting energy, or just being so highly intuitive to the energy around you. Just being so tapped in, like intertwined, entangled with other people's emotions. Letting their emotions become your emotions because you feel so deeply. That shit hurt, bro. That shit, having to feel what you feel and what other people feel, and just taking all of that on. It's like you're a tree. You're a tree absorbing all these, I'm not gonna call them nutrients, but you're absorbing all this stuff from other people. You have some branches that are growing and they're beautiful and they're thriving. You have others dying and withering away based on what you're absorbing. And you're just over here like, bro, I'm just trying to grow, leave me alone. I'm just trying to live and exist. So I've realized in my last recent, I'd say few years, I was with the same person for a long time, but in general, the habits I need to reverse, I'm actually like, this is a self-aware moment. I'm being very honest with y'all, very transparent. Things I need to reverse are being controlling, because I've become controlling due to a lack of control I had, either growing up or in relationships. I was getting cheated on left and right, bro. I was such a sweetheart. Y'all, I was such a sweetheart, bro. Just people cheating just to hurt. No reason. There's never a good reason. Just cheating just to hurt. Having a good thing and then being like, no, thanks, take you for granted. And just, I would get cheated on and I'm just like, okay. And I was actually proud. Back in the day, I was leaving. I'm really proud of that. I'd just be like, I'd left. I had one relationship. I was madly in love. Cheated. There was like somebody else's hair in his house or whatever like that. I was like, okay. Up and moved to Miami. Didn't talk to that man again. He still hits me up to this day. Yeah. I've had a few emotionally unavailable types who claim they want you so bad when you're about to leave, but then when you're actually in front of their face, they don't make time for you. They can't communicate, whatever it is. Had a handful of those. Those hurt, because having been so exposed to emotional neglect and not being seen for so much of your life, or not feeling seen, to go in a relationship and experience that same thing, or just to be talking to somebody and experience that same thing, that's like one of my biggest triggers, I'm realizing, because I dealt with the emotional neglect and what felt like abandonment for a minute when you have to become your own adult, when you're younger just to like, I'm not gonna get into it, because that's beyond the point. This is a self-reflection moment. Part of me has become controlling due to lack of control, lack of trust, and seeing other people in my life being controlling and having to control the things around them, which is hard because you can't control other people and situations and circumstances in life. It's gonna hit however it hits, and it's me trying to keep processing that. Also, due to the lack of trust of like people before, people were cheating, this and the third. It's okay. Well, just accepting whatever. Oh, you did this, you lied. Okay, I dealt with pathological liars, cheaters, whatever it might have been. I'm just like, okay, all right, it is what it is. And it's crazy because before I was so much more accepting of that. I was like, all right, it is what it is. I can't change it. I'm out. I don't know why that undid itself because I was doing pretty good in my youth. And I got to get back to that. Now I'm like, okay, well, no. If I could figure out this, or if I could find out that, or your girl could play detective real well, real quick, okay? Or, oh, if I put these pieces together, it's like, why are you even staying to do that? If you know the situation's not good. Like, you can't love that hard. You're gonna hurt yourself so bad. It's really self-sabotage. Like, whew, I realize I take on other people's energy. I need to stop doing that immediately. Because I have a lot of people come confide in me, and it's not always good stuff. And then I'll have their energy on me for a minute. If I care about you enough and you put your energy on me, I'm going to take that on. Like, all right, I have become verbally vicious selectively. It's only been with people I've been romantically or intimately involved in, and people who I know are playing me for a motherfucking fool. Because you're gonna hear about yourself. I've done it with like the past 3 people. They all approached me first. I was minding my motherfucking business. Approached me, played games. I got triggered when the games they were playing were evoking the same hurt and neglect and feelings that I've been trying to heal from or like not fixate on. And then I just popped off. My mouth popped off. Because at this point, like, being the nice girl with some people does not. Some of them are sick and twisted and they enjoy that toxicity. They live off of it. They like it. I've had guys admit they like that toxicity. And that's not the reason I did it. The reason I did it is because you pissed me off. You're going to hear about yourself. You're not just going to hurt me and run off somewhere and ghost or whatever it is. You're going to hear about yourself. Do I go too far sometimes? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I got to dial it back because I know words hurt. Words hurt, man. I got to chill. And I know I can be very lethal with mine sometimes. And that's no excuse. That's no excuse to verbally berate people. But I realized that it's stemming from a place that I need to work on and also set better boundaries and higher standards to keep people like that away from me. Because if you're going to be around people who bring out the worst of your character, that's not commentary on just their character. It's also commentary on your character or whatever side of your character that is brought out when you deal with those people. I'm not saying roll over and take it because I rolled over and took it for years. Years, man. I was the quiet type, non-confrontational. And now I just went to the completely opposite extreme where I'm just like, no, because you're going to hear me roar, bro. You're going to get this smoke. Like, I just need that middle ground now of like, fuck you, bye. That's where I just want to be, the your hurt's not gonna hurt me. I got my own hurt, fuck off type energy. But I realized I went from this extreme. Like, I literally would just not even speak up for myself, bro. I wouldn't even defend myself. To just going in. And I'm self-aware of that, yes. The thing is, I be feeling so guilty. I be feeling so guilty and so bad afterwards because I'm acting like the people who hurt me. Just in a different format, maybe a different font, I don't fucking know. But I'm acting like the people who hurt me. And that's not who I want to be at. I want to become the hurt I've been exposed to. Yeah. And sometimes you have to realize that's the hurt that you're choosing, because that's what you maybe grew up on, you're used to, that's what you have conditioned yourself to believe you deserve. And it's crazy because I have had the cutest, most lovey-dovey interactions. I really have. I've had boys give me roses asking me to be their Valentine. I had a girl ask me to prom in this cute-ass little note that I will never forget. I have had people bake me cookies and ask me to be their girlfriend. One encounter I will never forget as well. I had somebody who walked miles to come see me from their neighborhood to my neighborhood, and it was cold outside, and they walked all the way just to see me walk outside. This was the era of, hey, we can only hang outside because our parents aren't playing any of that inside stuff. Walked outside in the cold and then made out, and it was just so precious. Nothing else, just made out. And then he was about to walk back home in the cold, but I asked my parent to give him a ride. And yeah, I've had like beautiful things like that happen, like what love is supposed to look like. He put me onto the song Annie by Safety Suit. To this day I still listen to it, and I hope he's well. I think he's married and has a kid now or something like that. I saw on Facebook, and I love that for him, I really do. But I realized that that's the type of love I should be accepting, not gravitating towards. I'm not looking for anything, I'm not seeking anything, I'm not chasing it. I saw this post, it was like, be who you need to be. You're gonna attract everything that belongs to you as you become who you need to be. That's the mindset I'm in. But then it's crazy because then I find myself still getting so easily distracted the moment anybody shows me a little ounce of affection or attention. Like, if you breathe the bare minimum into me, I'm like I'm suffocating. Like I've never had air before. It's sick. Y'all, it's sick, bro. It's sick. It's so sick. And I know it comes from like, bro, I know exactly where it comes from. It's fucked up, y'all. So but you have to be like the right type of damage. That's the messed up part about it. It's not just like, oh, anyone who shows me attention or affection or no. It's like a very specific, like, I realized like maybe I'm picking them out, and at the beginning they might not seem that way, or not even picking them out. It's like I'm allowing those who approach me, the ones I entertain, maybe deep down my spirit, no, we're not going to involve my spirit in this. Maybe deep down the damaged side of my character knows what we were about to get into, but it's so sugar-coated and beautiful at the beginning. You ignore the first red flag, and then when all the other ones start popping up, you're like, oh, no, this is great. This is what feeds my inner chaos. And then your brain's like, no, step away. Your body's just like, no, this is what we're used to. It's okay. Like, we know how to survive in this environment. We know how to survive under these conditions and circumstances because we've done it for so long. So we got this. It's not your job to survive that type of situation. You shouldn't have had to in the first place, and you shouldn't keep ending up in situations where you have to keep surviving the same thing over and over. I'm realizing that, y'all. Damn. And like I said, when people approach me, they be mwah at the beginning, and then they switch up, and I'm like, oh. But I think internally, deep down, my body's like, no, like we're prepared for this. We're equipped. We've been dealing with it for so long. It's okay, we got this. You have nothing to prove. You have nothing to explain. You just have to shake the survival mode of yourself that you became when you were first exposed to those situations, and you don't have to spend your entire life putting up with them over and over again. So that's what I'm realizing too. So recently I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I've become such an angry person, or my tolerance with the male species, some select members, has gone down. Reduce your expectations to none, to zero, okay? Reduce your expectations to zero, okay? Tolerance has gone down, whatever it is. But I realized that I was thinking of it as a bad way. I was like, why are you so angry? Why are you so bitter? Why are you so irate? Why are you so ready to explode and go to the extreme? But I also think it's more so of an evolution. Like, obviously I need to fix that. That's not healthy. I'm not excusing my behavior. But I also think it's partially an evolution of the same situation, same pattern has presented itself. Are you gonna lie down and take it? are you going to adapt and adjust and navigate it? Or are you actually going to work towards your higher self and one, stay away from those situations, and two, handle it accordingly? Now, I have not been handling things well. I'm not saying that's what happened. Okay, I can handle them much better, but I think it's your body finally rejecting, or maybe your inner monologue or whatever, finally rejecting situations, scenarios, and the wrong souls that approach you for good. Like, you're done, you're over. You just can't take that type of behavior, treatment, whatever it is anymore, because you've been so exposed to it. You're sick of it. You're sick of it. So I think that's where I'm at. Do I need to handle things better? Yes, obviously. Is it only romantically? Yes, that's the weird part. It's only romantically and intimately. I don't be treating like friends and stuff like that. Like, it's always people I might have some type of soft spot for in my heart. So with that said, I want to recall on a very self-aware conversation I had with my ex. I can't stand that man half the time, but for a while he was like really my best friend. And we would have moments where we would talk so deep and the conversation seemed beyond us, as toxic and sick and twisted and fucked up that we were, and how cruel we were able to become to each other. The fact that we could have conversations like that, I'll never forget. And so we were talking about the fact that specifically for Black love and Black families, you often hear about the financial aspect when it comes to slavery, Black people, the effect it had on us to this day. The head start we did not get when it came to owning property, assets, money, whatever it might be, that all the things that were taken away, okay? All the stuff that we had to rebuild. I can't even say we, because it's like, yes, as Black people, of course, united, but it's like, I cannot even start to relate to the hell on earth that slaves went through. I cannot even fathom. That shit is dark and demonic, and my heart weeps. You think about the financial aspect, you hear about it. But when I've seen people mention it a few times too, maybe on Twitter or whatever, but the amount of trauma that went down the bloodline too, can you imagine? And this is what my ex and I were talking about. Imagine the type of love. I don't know. I really don't know. This is only an assumption, speculation, whatever it might be. I'm not trying to act like no history buff or whatever it is. Just imagine the type of love. If we, in the modern day and age, it takes a lot to recondition yourself from what society shows you and tells you, from the love that you see versus the love that you deserve, all that good stuff. Imagine the type of love that was given to the children of first slaves, like the first, I guess, intact families, or freed slaves, I should say free slaves. So the love that was given to those children of people who came out with nothing, but so much trauma and so much, and now you have to turn around and raise kids after what you just went through. All right, imagine those kids raising their kids, and onward and onward and onward. And once again, that trauma traveling through the bloodlines, whether it's beatings, whether it's verbal abuse, physical abuse, whatever it might have been. Just imagine all of that. And it's my hope, once again, I can't say it does or does not. It's my hope that over generations, whatever trauma and all of that hurt decreases as it passes down the bloodlines, and we're breaking generational curses and all of that. But once again, speculation, complete speculation. So we were talking about that, and like our own families and stuff like that, and families before us and all that good stuff, and just thinking about like how hard it must have been to learn how to love properly when you don't even know what love really looks like, because you didn't get it, or it was limited or selective, or you were getting it from some areas and not other areas, or whatever it is. So it's like trying to pass on the love that would really help somebody bloom and thrive in this world when it's unfamiliar to you yourself. And we had that talk. I don't know if it was a high conversation or not, but man, that hit. We were reflecting on ourselves and why we both would get so bad to each other, and etc. and etc. And I realized also, I used to talk about my ex because he was pissing me off, but I also realized it wasn't one-sided. It was not one-sided. It got bad on both of our sides, yes. Sometimes somebody else would take the cake, sure. But we're having that conversation, and it's still no excuse, but it's just something to really be considered. Yeah, really be considered, because that's heavy shit. That's heavy shit. You could talk to some people, their great, whoever might have been a descendant or been very close to those traumatic times. And if you think about it, they're not that far away. Just because we got AI and tech now and all this stuff in our phones and blah, blah, blah. Those times, people are like, oh, forget it. Stop talking about it. It's not that far away when you think about it. What, a few lifetimes away?
Quick side note, I noticed that oftentimes gaslighters like to use the whole, oh, it happened in the past, it was so long ago, as a way to negate an actual argument or something to be concerned about. But you cannot erase history, otherwise it's going to keep happening, especially in correlation with modern day traumas such as what we have going on in America with certain authorities, as you see, and people getting killed. This is a modern day problem that also relates to very traumatic shit that happened in the past. Nobody's letting it go.
So, I don't know, I have different thoughts because there's this war, it seems, between men and women in general. Black men versus black women. The podcast and this and the OFs and blah, 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 and people just pitting things against each other and whatever it might be. It just seems like there's this general bashing, but when you break it down, we're all just trying to, like, heal whatever hurt we've been exposed to for so long. Some people's hurt is a lot deeper and darker than others. Other people, not so much, but they were still affected. And you never know that when you approach a person too. So just got to thinking about that. And I think it's also easy to cast blame. I'm very guilty of it. Oh my goodness. Very guilty. It's very easy to cast blame and not actually look at an overall issue. For me, I need to choose better. I need to choose better who I let in. But people, I get the manipulative types that like to act like a chameleon, and they act cool until they're not. So, so I did really good with weeding out, obviously, the like, they're not good for you. Okay, cool. I did good with weeding out those types. Now I have the, no, I'm so good for you, or I'm really great. And it's like, babe, please stop, because I'm not great either, but I'm self-aware and I'm trying to work on it. You're not helping. You're not contributing to the situation. So, yeah, I realized that recently. I've gotten wild with my ex because his mouth was crazy, so my mouth became crazy. And then I'm also around other people whose mouths be crazy. So then I started just adapting that. And then now I'm like, bro, you said that. Like, chill. Chill. You're wilding right now. I used to not tell people off. And now I do tell people off. And I'm not saying either is right or wrong. Just be cautious about how you go about stuff. Sometimes I want people to know about themselves. Other times I need to look at myself and figure out what I got going on. And sometimes you just walk away. I don't know. It just depends on whatever feels right in the moment. But just be careful. Don't go too far. And for me, another one of my triggers is like just user behavior. Oh man. I've had it through plenty of relationships, just being used and abused. Not physically, but in other ways. Mentally, psychologically, emotionally, whatever it might be. Like, energy is it's real. So you have to be really careful where you're at, where you meet other people, and how you allow them to come into your life and affect you. So it also makes me scared to meet people because you never know where they're at on their healing journey. And you have to be self-aware of where you're at on yours. I'm weak, my friend. He cracks me up. I was talking about my healing journey. He goes, I never started mine. And sometimes I be feeling that heavy because I'm just like, bro, being the nice person who has your healing together, like, you have to be so careful because people could be so quick to unravel what you've been working on, what you've been trying to stitch together and make better or pull together, whatever. Like, sometimes I think of my heart as this like fabric sleeve, or like this crochet, like a giant crochet heart, and it has all these patches in it from where I just didn't get the love I needed, and I'm like trying to crochet those spots back and give that love to myself. And then people are like running around it, pulling at the strings for fun and just like letting it unravel. And that's how I be imagining it. So you have to be really careful who you let even near you. People be, I don't know, people be telling me stuff, and at first I was flattered and I felt really good that I could help other people, because I have it a lot with my work clients. People will come and tell me stuff, and then it got too depressing. Too many people telling you that they don't want to live or be happy anymore, this, that, and the third, a week. That'll fuck you up. That'll fuck you up, bro. Like, I was hearing that all day with work, and I felt this overwhelming pressure to like be joy for people, or people would put that pressure on me, like, I love watching you, make me feel good, etc. You cheer me up a little bit. And then I realized, I was like, that's great and I'm flattered, but I don't feel that reciprocation always. Sometimes from some people I do, and I'm really grateful for that. But the wrong people would like admire your energy, drain it, and then be like, why are you acting so out of character? Oh my gosh, you're insane, you're this, what? Like, huh? My ex tells me all the time, he's like, the you I met 3-4 years ago is so different, I want her back. And I'm like, crazy, the main factor between 4 years ago and now was you. What? Are you telling me that exposure to other people can change you as a person? I know it's up to you to like try to stay consistent, but it's hard depending on who you let into your life. What? Depending on the type of love you accept and deserve, depending on the type of energy you're exposed to. What? That's crazy. And he's right. The person I was 4 years ago, man, your girl was a little angel. Now I'm just over here like. Anyways, this is a little self-awareness video / rant. I want to say be careful who you let in, whether it's casually, temporary, whatever. Like, and that's another thing. I can't do like, I'm not saying I'm a lover girl and we have to get married at all, but like I really can't even do like casual encounters with people, because I'm good off that like whole temporary whatever it is. Like I just don't, I be emotionally investing too much, even platonically. Like I don't have to actually even like you like in that way. I just emotionally invest. I'm gonna care about you. If you tell me something and I feel like you're a good person, or like you're a friend, or I consider you a friend, I'm gonna at least try to be helpful. But I just, people be moving weird. Then they be like, oh my God, you're crazy, you're crazy. And it's like, look at your own behavior. I'm looking at mine. It needs work, I know. I know. But also look at your own behavior to what might cause others to act a certain way around you. Same goes for me. The same exact thing goes for me. I'm serious. I'm not just saying, hey, this is a you thing. Look at how you're behaving and how people respond to how you behave. Some people gonna do you dirty because that's just their character, and you ain't do nothing wrong. Other people might be responding to your behavior based on, you know, whatever vibes you're putting out there. So, and at the end of the day, I think we're all just hurt. Oh no, my laptop died. Well, that's all, folks. I had my ring light plugged up to it because I was too lazy to get out of bed. I've been in a little blue headspace lately. Damn. I don't even know where the charger's at. 1 second. Hey, we back. Anyways, yeah. I'm gonna round off this video. I don't want to talk no more. Just be really careful who you let in. I realize as somebody who is highly affected, highly sensitive, hypersensitive, shall I say, to other people's energies, vibes, intentions. Usually my gut feeling ends up being right. Anytime I start sensing things are off and I'm like, oh my God, and people are like, no, you're crazy, like stop, it's like you're acting wild, it's not the case, you're just assuming this, blah 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 blah. Oh, you think I'm cheating? Oh, you think I'm ghosting you? Oh, you think I'm da da da. Ends up being gaslighting and manipulation. For the most part, it always ends up being true. Like 9 out of 10 times it ends up being true. So after a while, you just follow a pattern. You follow your gut, you follow a pattern, whatever it might be. And you just kind of start to protect yourself a little better. So please be careful who you let in. I realize for me, my loneliness usually comes from just not vibing with people. And the place I'm in right now, I don't even want to experiment with that. I don't. Because the thing is, that's what I noticed too, and I'm so glad I get the opportunity to travel. I really have moments where I'm like, is it me? It has to be me. Ain't no way I keep having the same encounters. But I think it's life presenting itself in cycles, and you're allowed to choose whether you make the same dumbass decisions, deja vu, or you listen to your spirit and you elevate and you set the standard and the boundary better. And you keep people like that away from you. Because I have so many people, I'm telling you, I usually don't approach people first because I had a problem with taking up space for a long time and not knowing if I was really wanted somewhere, if I belonged or whatever. So I usually let people approach me first. That's kind of like my golden rule. And it's probably not healthy, but like I said, it comes from that spot of like being scared to take up space for so long. And so it's the people that approach me. They always approach me first. And they switch up. They switch up. They can't maintain the vibe. They're inconsistent. They usually do something to establish dominance or disrespect or play some type of game or whatever it is. I've had it with friends. I've had it with people intimately. Like, it's weird. It's weird. It's like they need somebody to play with, like prey. And when I either pop off or distance myself or separate myself, or I'm like, I don't like your vibe. One, people take it personally because I'm usually really nice. I'm in a weird headspace now, but usually I'm really, really sweet. So they take it personally because they're like, no, you don't get to tell me now. And I'm like, no, I do. You're being a weirdo. You being a weirdo is going to make me a weirdo. I'm not dealing. No. And then you blatant disrespect. You know they wouldn't do it to somebody else they cared about, or somebody, you just know they choosing you to fuck with personally. And it's not small stuff. Like, people know disrespect. It's me having those encounters, and I'm like, dang, like, why does it keep happening? Why do the wrong people keep approaching me? Or maybe the energy doesn't match, or maybe I'm just so hypersensitive to energy that I'm hella selective now about who's around me. When I was traveling, I met people, and it was good. I'm not saying that all friendships and connections are perfect all the time. No. I'm saying there are clear things people do when they're trying to hurt you or get a rise out of you or get a reaction out of you or make you feel some type of way or feel better or bigger than you or whatever it might be. That's sometimes it's light and you peep it and you let it slide. Sometimes it's more severe. Whatever. There's people be doing, and they know exactly what they're doing just to fuck with you. And I'm here to say that people are tired and they don't have time for it. Well, I can't speak for people, but I'm going to speak for myself. That's where you don't know where somebody's headspace is at. You don't know what they got going on. Like, you got to step out of your own self-centered world for 1 second and understand that everybody's living their own individual lives. Don't just be ambushing people. Like, that goes for everybody. For real. Like, whether it's the cashier you approach at the store and you have a foul ass attitude, whether it's somebody you think you're just gonna fucking duck one night, whether it's somebody you're giving mixed signals to, whether it's a friend that you're being shady with, whatever it might be, just, bro, solve that within yourself. And I realized for me, it sucks. I used to be a really helpful person and I used to be there for everybody. I can't do it anymore. For the sake of my own sanity and having to sort out my own shit and patch up my own heart, I can't do it. I'm not saying you have to come healed. I'm just saying come correct. As correct as you can if your intentions are pure. And I'm going to do the same. That's it. It don't take much. I can't do the energy vampires, people who only want to talk about themselves, people who be trauma dumping or using you as a therapist and they don't give a single flying fuck about how you're feeling. People who just need things. Hey, you have this? Can I use this? Hey, da. People just constantly needing things from you, but not even, once again, giving a single fuck on how you're doing. Just needing. People who like to watch you as an object of desire but not actually connect with you. That's another thing I've been struggling with, especially with social media, like being observed. I know that's what I signed up for, but like, I don't know. I'm not even talking here. Obviously, these videos are meant to be watched, but just having people observe and then not be for real. I don't know. I can't get into it. I feel like if y'all know what I mean, you know what I mean. If not, that's okay. I know what I mean. And this is not about one individual. This is about the few I've encountered where I realized my spirit's like, nah, stay back. And I'm like, no, because if you help them, then it'll help yourself, and then maybe you can help them feel better. And I'm not a healer. It's like I am, but I'm not. I'm like a part-time healer, but I need to work on myself first. Like, child. But I realized when I traveled, like I said, I met people where things were just so good. Like, you could feel energy in the air. I'm a huge energy person, whether you're spiritual, whether you're scientific, whatever atoms are bursting around in the air on some Jimmy Neutron shit, whatever energy you feel around somebody, I'm heavy on that. That's the first thing I'll be listening to, for real. Like, energy has saved me out of some scary situations with people who have very malicious intentions. All right, energy has showed me my true friends and good intention people, and just, going where it's genuine. Energy has really led the way for me. So I'm aware that my energy is not the best right now at all. The energy I've been giving selective others has not been good either. And I don't feel good about that, but that's just where my headspace is at. So I need to work on that and restore my energy back to where it was. And I also need to be very, very careful about the energy I let in, because that has a heavy effect on me. That's what I'm realizing. Heavy effect. When I'm around the right environment and vibe and people, I'll be chilling. Depression be low, be feeling good, productivity be high. If I'm around the wrong people. And I'm not saying you don't get to be sad. I'm not saying you don't get to talk to me. I'm not saying you don't get to feel things that are not good. I'm saying just be careful how you go about it. If you're going to involve other people. I'm guilty of it too. I try not to just unload on people or trauma dump or whatever it is. I try to see if there's space for that in the first place. Try to see what I could solve myself, if possible. Try to be careful of the energy I push out. With my ex, is pretty bad. I need to work on it. I think when you get very close to somebody too, you're more likely to feel like you can cross that boundary, but it's still not okay. So that's where we at. Yeah. I see what they mean about the whole growth and healing thing is not always pretty. Damn. I was high the other day with my ex, because we still hang out. Ciao. I know. But anyways, we still hang out occasionally, and I helped him realize things about himself, and he's probably the first person to help me realize things about me. Things about myself and trauma I didn't even realize I was carrying. It went both ways. Damn. It was a wild epiphany, y'all. It's like my world had bursted open, shattered, and I'm looking at all these pretty mosaic pieces on the ground. I'm trying to put it together no, this is good, like a puzzle. And I was realizing, no, it's kind of broken. Shit's kind of broken. Which has been a really interesting experience, because someone could be your biggest trigger, but I think self-awareness will work some wonders. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's the most grown thing I've experienced. Knowing some shit is wrong or just not the norm, and then being self-aware to be like, all right, let's dig a little deeper. That shit lit. Not in a fun way, not always, but that shit lit. What? Anyways, it's the beginning of a new era. I'm really excited. Still on my good vibe energy, but also analyzing what causes bad vibes in my life, whether that comes from within myself or from other people, and then trying to figure out how to either, I know you can't fully eliminate them, but decrease them to the lowest degree possible. And once again, that's setting better standards, boundaries, whatever it is, being very careful of the energy you let in. That's the biggest one. I'm already trying to maintain my own energy. All right, I ain't trying to deal with. Whew. But also, it's I'm not gonna say it's proven, but you could just see it. You can see happiness. You could see, I'm not going to say you could see people's healing, but it feels like you could see true happiness radiating off of like happy couples, happy friendships, happy families, happy relationships, happy dynamics. Like when the energy is really pure and genuine, and not saying it has to be good. I'm not saying things always have to be good. Please do not think that's what I'm saying. I'm saying genuineness. Being able to address bad or negative or neutral vibes as adults. Communicate, okay? Communication, clear intentions, whatever it might be, okay? Everybody coming with their own, no user behavior, no abusive behavior, no shade, sus energy, nobody trying to slight anybody. Like, you can see that when you see friends hanging out on vacation, when you see couples together, like, or at least it feels like you can see it. Sometimes you can't always see everything and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know. But like, no, it feels like you can see it in the smiles and the interactions, whatever it is. I'm gravitating towards those type of vibes. For real. Like the little cute Polaroid pictures I take with some of my favorite people when I travel. That energy. Like, yeah, I don't got room for anything else. I'm tired. Honey, I am tired. Okay? I'm not trying to be figuring myself out forever. I like to get to the point where I'm really genuinely chilling. And I think I'm gonna just sort through people even better. And they can sort through me too. I don't gotta be your vibe. Anyway, this video was all over the place, but hopefully it made sense to y'all a little bit. Thank you so much for watching. I'm laying in bed. I'm having a down day. That's okay. Today is not the day to get up. Neither was yesterday. But we're good. I'm trying to just shake off the vibes I'm feeling everywhere. And it's crazy because I was like chilling on my lonesome and I was like, oh, I miss people. And I came back to people and I'm like, all right, I should have specified. Should have been more specific. But yeah, myself included. Like I said, I need to work on. I'm realizing that I'm not gonna keep presenting myself. Not that that wasn't my intention. I come to y'all, however, for real. But I'm not gonna present myself as perfect. That's weird as fuck. That is weird. Because I know I'm not. I know I'm not. But yeah, we're in a new era, and we're in the self-love era. We're in the don't slip back into your depression era. We're in the ignore anybody who's trying to pursue you intimately or romantically because they probably have their own shit going on. That's gonna end up getting you sidetracked and invested somewhere you don't need to be invested and getting hurt era. We are in the elevate yourself and keep putting yourself in the environments and around the energy you deserve era. We are in our stay focused era right now. Yep. Anyways, I'm a no. Now that I made this video, I feel decent. I'm gonna try to get some work done. It's giving depression. I don't like that. It's the middle of summer. We not doing all that. My phone died, but I don't feel like talking anymore anyway, so that's perfect. I will end on this note. I will say that focus on becoming a person that you would pick. And even then, just pick better people, because it doesn't always mean the people around you are going to treat that version well. There's no guarantee. Stop committing to people who show they won't check up on you or care or just want to consume whatever you have to offer, whether that's energy, resources, whatever it might be. And just keep it pushing, bro. I need to start taking my own advice. I'll just be ciao. Anyways, I'm about to I don't know. I'm gonna get myself out of this little depressive episode, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Bye. Good morning. I made that video yesterday, but I woke up and I realized that I want to add something on. I'm not going to say all, because I know it's not all of y'all, but the selection that's approaching me has caused me to switch up my behavior or how I'm even I have been mean to the men approaching me lately because the men approaching me is the same. Y'all, I got my friends' exes in my inbox trying to flirt. Don't do that. You being dirty. Don't do that. You know what you're doing. I have people I worked with professionally before in my inbox. Did not talk to me for months. Half a year goes by, whatever, didn't check on me. I posted a picture and the caption, yeah, I was in a swimsuit, but the caption was like, hey, I've been sad lately, but I'm hanging in there and just looking at the blessings I have. They messaged me out of nowhere. We've never acted sexual before. They're like, I miss the way you squirt. I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, first off, we don't even talk like that. Second of all, I don't talk sexually on my Insta. So I was like, are you talking about OF? Like, at least you're a supporter, you're a subscriber, right? He's like, no, the hub. I was like, respectfully, you could fuck off. You're not going, I was like, I didn't even get a hi, how are you? I posted a picture on Insta, you remember I existed, you talking about me squirting and admitting that you watch me on the hub for free. Not even a hi, how are you? You don't even know what I'm in the middle of right now or how I'm feeling. And you talking about you missed the free content I post on the hub. And we were professional. It was supposed to be a professional environment. Okay. I posted for the first time in a while, and everybody popped out and remembered your girl existed, which is not a new phenomenon, but it's just like, why is it so hard to care outside of visually being reminded of somebody looking good online? So I've been really mean to the select men who've been approaching me because the amount of bullshit is crazy. And that's why I work in the industry I work in, because at the end of the day, they're all just horny. Even before I got in this industry, I already knew. I already knew. Now that I'm here, I'm like, oh yeah, for sure. So yeah, and that doesn't excuse my behavior. It doesn't excuse me being cruel or verbal, but I realize like it really is only romantically and intimately with people, and it's mostly with the men who approach me and don't act right and get me out of character. And once again, it's my job to keep myself in line and aligned and in character. But you be sitting there like, damn, because why do you have the audacity to act like this? So I don't know. I'm trying really hard to like not go into my male manipulator stage. I just want to Uno reverse the behavior so bad, but I'm too grown for that. I'm not trying to play games. I'm not trying to gaslight, manipulate, etc. But I just want to see the joy of it for like 2 seconds, because what's going on with y'all? And it's still no excuse. It doesn't mean, oh, you get to be mean and verbally abusive or whatever to romantic people. No, but it's just like you really have to. I just saw a post. It says you're allowed to raise the price of access to you. Yep. Ain't nobody getting in at this point, because and the person who hit me up talking about some I miss you squirting for free on the hub. I was like, bro, you didn't even hit me with a hi, how are you? Like, I was like, why do you think that was a good social cue? He's like, I just haven't talked to you in a while, so that's why I said it. If I'm an object in your eyes, just say that. You literally didn't message for months. You don't have to. I forgot you existed. No offense. Now I posted, you remember that I existed, and you talking about sexual stuff. No hi, how are you at all. And this is somebody I've worked with professionally, like a professional project. Out of nowhere, hit me with that on Insta. I was just like, we don't even talk like that, in that manner. Yeah. Anyway, so that being said, I'm gonna go. So it's a combination of my own trauma and things I need to overcome, and then also not being selective enough with the standard of people I let in my life, so I don't even have to feel like I have to react like that. Once again, the reaction is no excuse. That's what I need to work on. But then also having people around that don't even trigger that reaction in the first place. Okay. It's just, bro, it's the fact that I have friends' exes in my inbox trying to be sneaky and compliment me and complimenting my body and stuff, and it's not cute to me. It's actually really gross and shady, because I don't do my friends like that. So like, I realize I be compromising my standard or sacrificing my standard, to be honest, but it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Like, you just letting everybody into the party, honey. Yeah, I told y'all you're gonna be burned out. You're gonna be burnt out. Somebody gonna be in your little space, messing some stuff up real bad, okay? Trashing your house, trashing your energy, your environment. And only a select few are gonna be there. So at that point, have a kickback. Have your intimate little circle of friends and have yourself a kickback. Everybody don't need to be there. I'm realizing that everybody don't need to be let in. Everybody don't need to be there. Everybody don't even need to know about the party. Okay. And if it's a party of one, so be it, till you find your little kickback crew. But I woke up to that. And I just want to take a moment and say thank you for those who actually support me and watch videos like this and listen to me talk and think and like see me for like an actual person. I appreciate you, because I have people I know would never, ever click on a YouTube video, listen to any music I put out, support whatever, and they don't have to. You don't control other people. Like, you have to realize that people don't have to support you. People don't have to watch a minute of what you have to say. But that's not everybody. There are people with compassion and who are way more considerate, and I just realized I'm putting myself around the wrong ones too. I shouldn't react the way I've been reacting lately, but it's because I'm fed up. But it also needs to check who I'm keeping around me and the reason why I've been so fed up. That's really important. But that's also why I took a little IG break, because it just felt so fraudulent. It really did. It's hard. People liking your story and they like this and they like this. Do they like you? Do they even like you? Do they like you enough to watch a video or check on you or see what you have to say or like you outside of the sexual stuff or whatever? And of course, being a sex worker adds the aspect of people are gonna objectify you the moment they see you. But yeah, here we are. Good morning. I'm getting triggered too easily. I don't got nothing to talk about. All right, let's start the day, y'all. Last thing I'll say and end off with, I saw this post and they're basically saying when you reach higher alignment, not saying that that is the case because I have a lot of work to do myself, but they're saying when you reach higher alignment, there are some things, whether it's people, situations, circumstances, standards, environments, whatever, the moment you get around them, your spirit rejects them. Before, you might try to put up with them, adapt, adjust, prove yourself, whatever it is, try to show your worth, chase, beg, whatever it might be. Nope. You get to a point where your spirit's like, no, we've been here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. We're not doing it again. This is not a punch card. And like, it'll immediately reject stuff. So I think that's what's happening. I think my spirit is immediately rejecting certain things. I'm just not reacting on what I reject. So I gotta be a little more smooth with it. Gotta be a little more smooth, a little more chill with it. A little mellow, nonchalant nigga status activate. Cause some people get off on that reaction too. Yeah. Yep. Y'all not about to get a rise out of me every time you don't know how to act or speak right.
I know this rant seems a little random, but what I'm trying to say is you're not obligated to stand by somebody's side if they're not even going to sit with themselves or be self-aware of their own shitty behavior or lacking social cues. It's not your job. Which is why I make it a recurring personal mission to be accountable for my own behavior. I don't want to be someone who's selfish or not self-aware. A lot of our hurt comes from our own trauma, and even then, that's not an excuse. And sometimes, trauma set aside, some people are just shitty or complicated or whatever they got going on. As a sex worker, I feel like I've seen this world a lot more clearly. I have heard and seen and had people tell me some dark-ass things. I've seen people being cheated on with their partners. As a Black woman who is not even navigating the dating field, honestly, I'm on the sidelines, but just going through this day in life trying to find love is just different. It's different, especially if you're Black. It's navigating past oppression, current traumas, whatever it is, trying to meet somebody where they're, at. It's a lot. It's living in a world that's hyper focused on money and sex, like straight up. That's all I'm going to say. And then trying to navigate it as an individual, dealing with your own shit. Anyways, my patience for people is low, unfortunately. I've had my own friends asking for threesomes. I've had my roommates making me feel uncomfortable for what I do. And I have a lot of weirdos call out my life, my work, and tell me I'm not going to find love. But then I see non-sex workers around me unhappy, in miserable relationships or whatever's going on. And all I'm going to say is it's all about the work we put into ourselves and we help put into each other. Like, wherever you meet somebody's where you meet them, but it's important that we're growing together. It shouldn't matter what you do, who you're with, whatever it is, as long as y'all are happy and actually, you know, trying to work towards healing. In a world where there are so many divisive environments, whether that's country versus country, person versus person, idea versus idea, gender, race, whatever it might be, if you find love, whether that's platonic, family, romantic, hold on to it. We need it. Thank you for listening.